Match closure. Section 4 of this training introduces the Big Brothers Big Sisters match closure process. It may seem out of order to discuss closing a match before you've even been matched with a little, or if you're just starting out in your match. But eventually every match will go through the match closure process, and it's important that it's approached in a way that protects youth from harm. As you can see, Section 4 is comprised of one lesson followed by a section called Let's See What You've Learned, where you will be asked a few questions about what was covered in Section 4. Section 4 should take you approximately 10 minutes to complete. Match closure is a professionally managed process in which the match relationship comes to an end and participants reflect on their experience. In this lesson, we will introduce you to the Big Brothers Big Sisters match closure process. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer the following questions. What is match closure? What are some of the reasons a match may close? And what is the goal of match closure?
It may seem out of order to discuss closing a match before you've been matched with a little, or if you were just starting out in your match. But eventually, every match will go through the match closure process, and it's important that it's approached in a way that protects youth from harm. So let's start by defining match closure. It is the professionally managed process in which the match relationship comes to an end and participants reflect on their experience. It's professionally managed because all decisions about closing a match should be discussed with your match support specialist first. They will walk each match participant through the process, focusing on positive experiences or memories that you and your little can take from the relationship. Also, they will help your little understand the reason for the match closure. Matches close for a variety of reasons. The big or the little moves away, the little ages out of the program, or the match participants were not a good fit, just to name a few. Regardless of the reason, you should approach this decision with as much thought and care as the decision you made to volunteer as a big. If you're considering closing your match, contact your match support specialist to discuss the reasons for closure, the risks associated, and if this is the best decision for you and the little based on the situation. In some instances, your match support specialist may be able to work with you to prevent closure by problem solving around common match issues, such as communication barriers or other logistical issues. The goal, of course, is to encourage long, strong matches because they are more likely to lead to positive outcomes for youth. However, all final decisions about match closure are made in the best interest of all match participants. If the decision is made to close the match, your match support specialist may coordinate a final visit with you and your little to talk about the reasons for the match closure. All steps in the closure process are designed to help reduce any adverse effects from the match closure on your little, to ensure they understand that the match closing is not their fault, and to highlight any accomplishments of the match. Your local agency has written policies that guide the match closure process, and staff to support you and your little through each step. We encourage you to reach out to them with any questions about your match relationship.
All right. The match closure process. It's very important to understand this process even as you begin the process of becoming a volunteer big, to ensure that all aspects of program participation are positive and focus on protecting youth from harm. The match support specialist. If you are considering closing your match, contact your match support specialist. The match closure process should be approached with as much care and thought as your decision to become a volunteer big. When entered into thoughtfully, it is conducted in a way that helps protect youth from harm. Explore the reasons you are considering closing your match. Once you have contacted your match support specialist, they will work with you to explore your reasons for wanting to close your match to make sure it is the best decision for you and the little based on the situation. In the final visit, if the decision is made to close the match, your match support specialist may coordinate a final visit in which you and your little can celebrate the accomplishments of the match and reduce any adverse effects from the match closure. You are complete with this lesson. Can you please go to the quiz, answer that, and then if you have done the videos in order, that means you are ready to be matched.